guys, I'm Tonya Eberhart, founder of BrandFace, where we help business stars differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding.
Hi, folks. I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company, and we're the only comprehensive personal brand building system on the globe. Thanks for joining us today. Tonya and I are actually in different cities for the first time in a while now. She is back at the office in Columbus, Ohio, and I am still in here in Atlanta.
Yes, and on my drive up yesterday, because, you know, I do try my best to escape. Oh, hang on a second. I've got it turned on my phone too, so I can see any of your messages. And I had double duty audio going on there. So on my drive back from south to the north yesterday, for the first time in a very long time, I drove for an hour through 44-degree weather and snow flurries. Welcome back, right? It's been so pretty, so nice up until yesterday, till I come back. I don't know what that says, but let's
you're bringing spring with you.
Well, hopefully, but it's not here yet. You should see out the window. It's not here yet. So anyway, today, guys, talk about freshness, right? We're going to take a fresh new look at things. Maybe I should look at the weather a little differently. But today, we're going to take a fresh look at the future. We're going to talk about 5 incredibly positive changes that will absolutely change the face of business forever. Changes that have taken place in the last few weeks. And we're doing this today because we realize, you know, there are things in life we can't change. We can't change what's happening right now. It's a very serious thing, and human lives are being lost, and we're very, very sensitive to that. And at the same time, you know, there are people that have to keep earning a living, and their businesses must carry forward as well to be able to provide for people. And so, and we like to look at this through positivity glasses, right? And those glasses help us to see the things that really are changing the future right now, changing now and changing for the future, and may never turn back. And a lot of those things are actually wonderful. So those are the things we're going to share with you today.
Yeah, we got some good ones, folks. And we'll jump right into it. The first thing is you and your clients, no matter what business that you're in, were forced over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and are being forced, if you're headed in that direction, haven't done it yet, into video communication. So welcome to the 21st century is the first thing I'd like to do. There's no more barriers, folks. Really, it's what this boils down to. I mean, it's easy. I'm in the real estate business, right? So, and I'm in the auto business. So it's very easy for us to look at those industries and say, oh, my habits, we got to get back to work, right? And what we're here to encourage you to do is to stay at work, because you have this incredible tool that we've actually been using for a decade now to make a very big difference in the way our companies run. And we've been teaching you guys how to do this. So welcome. Well, come on in. The water's warm. The thing about it is now everybody's being forced to use it. Like Tonya, even not to take words out of her mouth, even went to get a new computer screen and web camera today, and they were sold out. And that's because everybody else said, oh my goodness, you know, I can still keep business going, but I need to set up my home office, and I need to be able to communicate through video chat. We've been saying it for years. So now we're going to tell you about using and utilizing the videos and the video conferencing like this to manage your business and to not miss out.
Yep, he's right. I went to get a new webcam because mine broke. What a great time for it to break. And my monitor must have got hit by lightning while I was gone. So the monitor's out, the webcam's out. Neither one could be found at the store I went to this morning, but they got to be out there somewhere. So I'll just keep looking. Anyway, the number 2 positive thing that has come as a result of the last few weeks is actually, guys, you have removed the time wasters from your life in many ways without sacrificing the education that you want to that people need about your business, your products, and their next move, you know, in that industry, and without sacrificing the personal part of the connection as well. And I think that just goes a long way in saying, you know, we are this is a digital world we live in. It has been for a very long time. It's not new to a lot of us, but you'd be amazed at the number of people that have not embraced any sort of video communication at all in the last decade or so, that it has been much more prominent. I remember when video first came out and the buffering was so bad, but we were so proud. It's like, hey, we're going to do this. This is awesome. But the buffering was so terrible, it might as well have been non-existent. Didn't take long for it to catch up. And Michael and I use Zoom every day. We're probably on a Zoom meeting at least 3 to 4 times a day in the course of the business and what we do. And Zoom is just one tool, of course. There's Facebook Live. There's lots of other video chat tools out there. And of course, there's FaceTime, more on a more one-to-one or just one to a few occasion. But what we've done in terms of not just real estate, but business in general, is we have removed the time wasters so that we're cutting down and on the amount of travel that we have to do. So for instance, and Michael's in real estate, and a lot of real estate agents out there are our clients. And so instead of driving a buyer around to 10 different homes on a weekend and finding out that buyer was just a tire kicker in the first place, right? Think about all that time that could have been saved by saying, hey, let's jump on a Zoom call here. I'm going to show you around these several homes that I've picked for you online together. We're going to narrow them down and we're going to choose 4 to go visit this weekend, right? And so even though right now many of you can't go visit those homes this weekend, what you can do is in the preparatory stage. You can prepare, you can narrow down right now and get to that point, right? And so that's a very positive change that will continue in the future to use your time more efficiently.
Agreed. And number 3, listen, it's given the opportunity for your customers. It's more convenient for them to interact with you and to gain the knowledge and information they need about you to make a decision and to narrow down their choices for whatever it is you're selling to them. So what we're trying to tell you is start purposefully incorporating this. And then when this is lifted, when this situation is lifted, don't stop. Like it is so cutting edge. And I was telling a story earlier in our weekly workshop that we do to our clients. I was telling this story. I broker several states, and I've done that for years now. At one time, I was brokering 28 different states, and I had an office in Atlanta, an office in Irvine, California, and an office in Seattle, Washington. And now we're still doing 12 different states from our office here in Atlanta. And so we've been very confident with the video chats and the ability to use the video for a decade now. I was actually in a continuing education class the other day for a state, and the lady that was teaching it had been in a business for like 30 years. She had been an instructor for 20 years, and she was talking about how to manage your agents that were underneath you. And she's like, we had this lawsuit come up last year and a commission-based complaint, and come to find out the broker was 400 miles away from the agent. I don't know how you can broker and be that far away. Well, folks, I know how. For 10 years now, we've been able to do that. You can have weekly meetings, just like we're talking to you right now, and we can review contracts. We can go over it. We can share our screens to show contracts, to go over conversations, communications. We can get on this, and I can talk them through a phone call that they're on to maybe hold on to a deal or to negotiate through a deal. We live in that world now. And even though if you peel your business back and you're in small town America, which is really where everybody wants to be, right? If you're in small town America, start incorporating this, and it is so cutting edge. Even though people are now using it in droves, there'll be a lot of people that will abandon this for a little bit. But folks, we know it's not going away. So incorporate this right now, even in your advertising, to share with your potential clients and your already existing clients. This is how we can keep things going. Hey, because I promise you one thing, there's a whole lot of people bored to death at home right now. And if you can say to them, hey, I want to give you a presentation, and we can jump on our computer screens together, and you can see me face to face. You can see my face light up. You can see what kind of person I am, what my body language looks like when I talk to you, and you're going to get a really good feel. No different than if we were just sitting across the table from each other. No different than if you follow us every week. You see me and Tonya sitting beside each other, sometimes at the same table. Is this not the same video? Is this not the same platform? We're in 2 different cities. So Incorporate this as a more convenient way to reach your clients and customers. And right now, a safe way, you know, even though that won't last. When this passes, there won't be a need for the safety aspects of it, but it'll be the convenience aspect of it. And the more people that recognize it, the more people are going to want that convenience.
Yep, convenience and efficiency. They want both of those things. Well, the number 4 positive change that has come about is, if you did not understand before now the power of social media and video, you cannot escape it today, right? Because video has changed everything. Now where we couldn't be with our loved ones, and we want the grandkids to see grandma, and you know, maybe occasionally some people were using FaceTime. Now there are lots more people using video for communication. And think about social media, you know, they're not just using video for communication and things like showing people around a car at a car lot, so they can narrow down their choices before they come in, see what selection is there at that lot, or see inside a virtual showing of a home before they list or decide to buy or whatever. It's not just the video part, it's the social media part. Now you've got to share that, right, in a lot of instances. And so think about those. So you do this virtual listing or virtual showing of a home. Why wouldn't you show that to as many people as you can possibly show it to? Social media. And social media is how many families across the world celebrated Easter last weekend. Yes. Think about that. It's hugely powerful. And so we've had many people over the years, since the existence of social media, and I predate that for sure. So we've had a lot of people come to us over the years that said, oh, you can't get business on social media. That's a bunch of bull. You know, I say, no, that statement is a bunch of bull. You can, and now you're starting to see it just by doing the communication that you've been doing, and by being connected to people when you can't be connected any other way. It is a hugely powerful force that people identify with us through as human beings. And so that is the number 4 positive change.
It is. It ties the world together. We knew that years and years ago. It was a very big acumen in the auction company that I was an executive with for a long time. We knew that. We knew that it tied the world together. And now we're seeing that out of necessity. Video communication, number 5, video communication also gives you more opportunities for your clients to see you, hear you, feel like they get that, like they know you, right? You know, we teach in our workshops about how important it is to get your story out there, because there's people out there that will identify with that, and there's a reason for it. And if you want to be forward facing, then personal branding is the most important thing that you can do for your company, period. And I don't care what kind of company it is valuable. And now this is just another way for people to get to know you and actually have a conversation before. So like in the real estate business, I predict that it'll be a time where we'll be giving our listing presentations in formats just like this before we even go and review the properties. You know, it's no secret that the auto industry has done that. You know, Carvana wrote the book on it, actually. And now Vroom is another one that's come up big and strong with that. I know dozens and dozens of people who have bought automobiles before ever even looking at it, right? And every bit of their paperwork was done online and everything. Now, and also if you see that stretch into the real estate business, it's probably not going to go that far, right? That's a very big purchase for people. But if you sell anything in between, you need to be incorporating this into your business, no different than a personal brand, because it is coming. That this will be the new norm. I don't like to use the word norm, because what is normal? That's like identifying something. I don't think there is such a thing as normal, but there is definitely something. There is definitely an abnormal, and you want to be abnormal. You want to be incorporating this powerful tool now.
Exactly. And so, you know, I'm gonna say something here, because this is where your personal brand really, really becomes important. When you're chatting with somebody on video, they can get to know you before you step in the same room together. Just like Michael just said, that's really important. Let me take that a little bit further and really pull that into reality for you. Michael and I have been operating BrandFace for about 6 years. Out of hundreds of clients over 4 different countries, including 41 states in the US, we have only been able to physically meet maybe 2 or 3 of our clients. Mm-hmm. Every other one of them knows who we are through this tool right here, video. Right? Video and social media, seeing other videos we've posted before they contacted us. In fact, that's why many of them contacted us. They were exposed to our content, exposed to our thought process, the concept of BrandFace. They liked what they heard and saw, and they inquired, and they scheduled a call with us to learn more, and they became our clients as a result of some of the things we're doing right here, right now. So yep. You cannot deny the power of it. And even though Michael and I are, we're big huggers, right? Everywhere we go, we love to hug people. We can't stand not being able to hug people. And we love that interaction right across the table from somebody, or being able to shake somebody's hand or give them a hug. And you know, we understand we're in different times right now. It won't always be that way. But we've got to look at what are some of the changes that are happening right now that are going to be a super positive effect moving forward. In terms of your brand, you can do this. You can get your brand, what you're known for, what you stand for, what you believe in, and the promise you make to people can get out before you're actually in the room with somebody. That's right. That's what it's all about. And video is one of the most powerful tools to do that. And then, of course, social media. And those two go hand in hand, of course, you know, these days. So those are the 5 big positive reasons, guys, to stand out. Any final comments on that, Michael?
Well, yeah, I want to add to that. Like, so listen, we preach about the importance of all of it, right? It is really important that your social media be up to par, that, you know, that you have a consistent message across all of your platforms, things like that. But the thing that video brings in is a level of honesty to it, right? Because like you're actually seeing us live, like we're actually sitting in our chairs and in our offices, and we're talking to you, where I have had this black shirt on all day type of a thing. Whereas with social media, even though social media, you should be honest and you should be, you know, it's still a photograph. But when you spend time with somebody, even in a video like this, you could pick those people out of a crowd. You could take a picture and you might not be able to pick that person out of a crowd. When you've spent more than 5 minutes with them on a video, it's no different than meeting them, except for you don't have the warmth of the humanity, which obviously we want to come back as fast as possible. But still, you have another level of honesty of them getting to know who you are, that even a picture cannot do for them, or a story cannot do for you. So we really encourage you, incorporate live video into your marketing. It's very important.
Yep, that's it, guys, for today. So I would encourage you, if you are looking to learn more about this and you're a business owner or entrepreneur, we have a dedicated group for that, and it is called Build Your Business Star Brand. Go to that group, click to join, and we'll let you in, guys. If you're a real estate professional, we have a dedicated group for you, and that's called Build Your Real Estate Brand. Go there, because you're going to find content and access there that you won't find anywhere else. So thank you guys for taking time to spend it with us. We appreciate it. We know that your time is valuable. We also know some of you are bored to death. That may be the only reason you're on here, but we love you anyway. We hope you learned something.
I know. Maybe it made you laugh a little bit. Hey, folks, you know, over here we know something. It's all about prosperity. And when we say prosperity, we're not just talking about money. We're talking about the whole 360 of the abundant life. And we know for a fact that prosperity favors the bold. So we say be bold, folks, and stay bold, especially in these times right now. And thank you, Ms. Tonya.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Leave us comments below. Leave us any questions. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out. And everybody stay positive and keep moving forward and fast into the future. Bye, guys.